Wrestling fans, it was a good thing that you're getting this review today instead of last night. Very good thing. You see, last night on Monday Night Raw, we saw an Intercontinental Championship matchup between Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler. Instant classic. Instant. We saw Bayley and Sasha Banks rivalry continue. Bayley snapping all over Sasha Banks. No more huggable Bayley. And we saw WWE systematically over the last 2 weeks, but more this week than ever, pretty much make us have no interest in the Universal Championship title picture anymore. There's not a multi-man matchup anymore. It looks like it's just going to be Bobby Lashley versus Roman Reigns, and the winner of that's going to face Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. They're painting Brock Lesnar as this, I only care about myself, I only care about money, I'm not wrestling unless the price is right, blah, 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 blah stuff again. The same stuff we heard around WrestleMania 34. The same stuff we heard around when the greatest Royal Rumble of all time was going on. Now, besides that, the show was just nothing really happened. Now, if I would have came on here last night and done this review for you wrestling fans, you would have heard me rant, rave, tear it down because of that opening segment with Roman Reigns, Kurt Angle, the Revival, Bobby Lashley, Vanilla Lashley. But I'm not. Because just like all of you wrestling fans, who cares? I mean, seriously, who cares? I don't even care about the Universal Championship title picture anymore. I don't even care about the Universal title anymore. WWE has officially made it where I don't care. I don't. It is by far the least important championship in the entire WWE. I don't even watch 205 Live, and I will even say that the Cruiserweight Championship is more important than the Universal Championship, because I know by hearing podcasters and other fans when I went to Memphis for SmackDown Live, and when I went to Jonesboro, that they think that the Cruiserweight division is entertaining. Universal Championship sucks. So I'm not going to sit here and rant about it. Who cares? What I am going to talk about, though, that really is interesting is the Sasha Banks Bayley situation. Now, for so long, we had this start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. Months. 1 week they're at their throats, the next week they're tag team partners. 1 week they're at their throats, the next week they're at their tag team partners. So Kurt Angle decides that even though Sasha doesn't want to be Bayley's friend anymore, it's best that they're friends and that they need to be tag team partners and work things out. And this is their last chance. They lost to the Riot Squad last night. Them and Ember Moon did. And then Bayley snapped, kicking and punching and power slammed Sasha onto the concrete floor, ran her into the steel steps twice. Very good television. She was no more this huggable, friendly, I'm your best friend Bayley. Something everybody in the WWE universe has been wanting for years now. And it worked because those fans erupted. WWE finally pulled the trigger on it. Now, Kurt Angle says that she has to go to counseling, therapy, anger counseling, pretty much, about what she did. Now, what I hope happens, that would be cool to see, do something a little bit different, WWE. You know, usually we end up seeing Sasha go with her, or we saw Kane and Daniel Bryan go to anger management or things like that. Why don't we see Bayley in there? And then the next thing we know, Sasha breaks down the door and interrupts the therapy, and they start battling it out in the counselor's room. That would be cool to see. Interrupt the whole thing. Just destroy the whole session. You know, don't make it as predictable that, they're going to try to be best friends and work it out. None of that junk. Continue this, I hate your guts, and beating each other up all the way throughout the storyline. Fans are loving it, WWE. And now, what else did the WWE give to us that really gave us a reason to tune in, brighten the day last night, besides the Intercontinental Championship? Authors of Pain returned. Now, some might say that was a poor excuse for the Authors of Pain to return. A poor way for the Authors of Pain to return. Beating up two jobbers and Titus Worldwide. This is WWE's standard tag team for them to have their first rivalry with. It would have been nice, yes, to hear some explanation on why they were not there for 2 months. Instead of just being on the main event on WWE Network, which nobody watches because no one cares about. But Authors of Pain, I hope, now that you're back, get some kind of push. Do something. Don't just do this, I'm here 1 week and I'm gone 3. I'm here 1 week and I'm gone 3. WWE, you want us to get invested in this tag team, you better start doing something with them. Because if you don't, send them back down to NXT where they belong if you're not doing anything, and have them in a crowd that will actually care for them. Because the main roster crowd isn't going to do anything for them if you do not try. Matt Hardy versus Curtis Axel. Who cares? Who cares? The biggest thing that came out of this was Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas making fun of the leader of worlds. Yes. Alexa versus Natalya. Now, as we all know, Natalya is Alexa's real enemy right now because Ronda is Natalya's best friend. And Ronda put Alexa through the table last week. Well, Alexa Bliss, I'm going to make this real clear because some people are on the hype train of Alexa Bliss and some people are just really cringing all over her right now. And the fact is, she has no business, absolutely none, losing right now. The storyline is, not even with Nia Jax, forget about Extreme Rules, that's a D-level pay-per-view. The storyline is, Alexa Bliss, Ronda Rousey, SummerSlam. Ronda Rousey wants a piece of Alexa Bliss after her 30-day suspension. With that being said, since Ronda is off TV, WWE should be making it where it looks like Ronda's having to sit there and watch Natalya get brutalized and beat up and stomped into the ground and numerous other things by Alexa Bliss. Not Alexa Bliss tapping out. What kind of a champion does that make her? Some will say, oh, well, she's already not a very good champion because she didn't defend the title at all, really, the last time she held the championship. And others will say, well, she's a great champion. Oh, 3-time women's champ, blah, 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 blah. What you do when you have the championship is what matters. And WWE is making her look like garbage. That's just me. But what doesn't look like garbage, what really was a highlight of the night, what really got the fans invested and enjoyed about Monday Night Raw was that main event, Seth Rollins versus Dolph Ziggler for the Intercontinental Championship, a knockdown classic affair for us wrestling fans from top to bottom. It was a matchup that I wish they didn't have so many commercials on. It was a matchup that I wish that if they were pretty much on SmackDown, that way we could at least have had the little square box so we could still watch the match while the commercials was going on. But with this being said, how it ended with Drew McIntyre still interfering in the match and it continuing on. It looks like we're going to see Dolph Ziggler versus Seth Rollins at Extreme Rules. Look, if Dolph Ziggler loses and they put the IC strap back on Seth Rollins, I can see this huge rivalry continuing onto SummerSlam with this pair. Rollins versus either Ziggler or McIntyre at SummerSlam. WWE probably seeing money in that because the stare down that I saw with Rollins and Drew McIntyre looked very good. They really look like they could put on a good rivalry for us wrestling fans. As far as Dolph Ziggler is concerned, look, he's having his Intercontinental Championship title run right now. I don't really like it that he is more than likely just going to drop it at Extreme Rules, because I can see that happening. And he's going to give it back to Seth Rollins, which Seth Rollins has made that championship absolutely fantastic. Don't get me wrong. But when you have somebody like Dolph Ziggler, who WWE just destroyed, and you just keep on giving him little bitty small tokens, here's your little token prize. Here's your token prize. Give me a break. Okay? Give me a break. Either do something, serious with him. And if you're going to give him a title run, make it serious, or don't do it at all. That's just how I see it. But y'all let me know what you're thinking in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for all notifications. And tune in this week. I'm going to have Jason Funny on for SmackDown Live review. On the road with Jason Funny. We will have an edition of On the Road this week. And so much more right here on the channel. But until I see you again, this is Webby, and I'll catch you on the other side. Talk to you later.